Hello, and welcome back to the Kyle Davis Show, where I talk and you listen. Yep. And I need to get into the other room. Oh, crud. Whatever. So, here's the topic of what I'm going to be talking about. Socialism will do exactly what leftists claim capitalism is doing, making the rich richer and the poor poorer. Now, what do I mean by that? On paper, socialism is supposed to be this grandiose idea in which money is taken from the rich and given to the poor to create equal standards of living and equality for everyone, right? On paper. Well, in practice, correct me if I'm wrong, always makes the rich richer. What do I mean by that? Well, oh boy. Oh, come on. What do I mean by that? Well, hypothetically, in a world where, Lord forbid, where the Democrats are in charge and we're under socialistic policies, what would happen? Well, say, the oh, this is the government is going to take all this money from, all these companies. They're going to take money from anything from Disney, ABC, MSN, Fox News, Ford. They're going to take money from virtually every single company in the United States, from every small business to the biggest mass corporation company, whatever. They're going to take from Amazon. They're going to take from all your little companies, all your local businesses. And what they're going to do then is determine if you deserve the money or not. That's what it is, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to take the money, they're going to decide what they're going to keep and what they're going to give back. I guarantee it. So what does that mean? That means there's a potential then for the government to take your money out of your pocket from businesses and what you've earned and give it to whoever they want. So they could take your money and they could take it from the pockets of the Republicans and give it to the Democrats. Give it to themselves, basically. They would have the... Oh my gosh, this car's What would happen then is that they would have the power to shut down freedom of speech. Shutting down freedom of speech is not freedom of speech. Shutting down what you oppose is not freedom. It's the right to express what you want. Freedom of speech means I have the right to say, to hell with Barack Obama, to hell with Bernie Sanders. and you have to suck it up and live with it because that's my opinion. And the Democrats are going to say that's abusive, that's hate speech. It's bullshit. Freedom of speech means I have the right to say what I want without being prosecuted for it, without being hated for it. You can hate me all you want, is what you can hate me all you want. It comes down to not being prosecuted, right? So the law cannot prosecute me for saying, go to hell, Bernie Sanders, go to hell, AOC. Likewise, the Democrats can say, go to hell, Trump. They can say, all the hate speech they want towards what they consider hate speech towards Donald Trump. It's whatever. It's just talking. Freedom of speech means the limitations to that are outside, are legitimate threats. Are, I'm gonna go bomb up this place. I'm gonna go shoot these people. That's a threat. That's abusive. That should not be tolerated. The difference is, one is an actual threat, such as I'm gonna kill these people, or I'm gonna go bomb this place, versus go to hell, Hillary Clinton. That's not, that would be considered hate speech in the eyes of Democrats, but it's not abusive. It's not. Hate speech is just their way of saying I feel victimized. That's all what they're saying with hate speech. That's their way of saying I feel victimized, and it's bullcrap. Anyway, socialism does exactly what the leftists think capitalism is doing right now. What they can do with that is take money from all these little places. They would have the ability then to shut down every single bakery that refuses to serve a gay wedding. They would have the right to shut down any pro-life agenda. They would have the ability to shut down Birthright, which is an organization that helps pregnant women give birth, or if they're struggling to, if they're questioning if they should have an abortion or not. That's what Birthright does. They talk to women who need help. Planned Parenthood would definitely. I don't see how they wouldn't want to shut them down. Planned Parenthood would say, no, come on, it's okay. You can go ahead and get an abortion. Which is mind-blowing. Planned Parenthood does not give a single crap, does not care about people. All it cares about is making money. That's all they want. There are some areas of the country in which black women are getting abortions more frequently than giving birth. And to Planned Parenthood, that is a success. The government would have the ability to shut down voices it doesn't want to hear under socialism. And that's not freedom of speech. Why the hell is this? Am I going at 50 miles an hour when the speed limit is 70? Just watch. The second I pass this guy, it's going to be caution. There we go. What capitalism does is it allows for free markets to reign. Capitalism is going to say, I don't want to serve your wedding. I don't want to serve your gay wedding because it doesn't fit my views. It doesn't fit my morals. And um, it makes you actually work for things. It's going to make you hate your work, but it doesn't necessarily make you hate your work. But capitalism makes you perform services or develop products in which there is a market for. That's how capitalism works. People have a need for cars. So capitalism is going to say, you know, I'm going to make you this car. And then this other company is going to say, well, I'm going to make you this car. And it's going to be even better. Well, then this other company is going to say, okay, well, here's an even better car. Well, then the first company says, oh, wait a second. Here's an even better car. That's what capitalism does. Socialism says, well, we need cars, but, you know, why should I work if I'm making, you know, if I'm a doctor in a hospital and I'm making just as much as, um, you know, the janitor that's emptying the trash. Why should I even care? And the guy emptying the trash is like, I'm making as much as the doctor. I'm pretty good. Or something to that effect. So if everyone's making the same, doing the same, where's the incentive to work? We cannot rely on humans doing work for nothing but the good of everyone else. It just doesn't work, and it's never going to work. We cannot rely on humans saying, I'm going to do it because it's going to make me feel good and it's going to make you feel good. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. People need incentives. We need a reason to work. And that's the other thing that capitalism does, is it separates wages. So a janitor is not making the same amount as a doctor. It takes more skill, more education, more training, more dedication to become a doctor than it is to become a janitor. Let's face it, a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, even probably a 13-year-old could manage being a doctor. Not a doctor, a janitor. A 13-year-old could manage being a janitor. What does it take? Mop, sweep, change the trash. It's not that hard, people. It's not rocket science. Rocket science takes years of training, takes years of education, and you gotta be really smart. Why would a sophisticated, educated man put in more effort than what he has to live if all he has to do is sweep the streets, if all he has to do is change the trash? There's no incentive. There's no reason to stick out among the crowd if you're going to be treated like the dirt that's already being treated. Now here's an argument that I've heard a lot. Socialism is the best view, or is the best idea on paper, in which humans are, in which, holy crud. Okay then. That was kind of dangerous. Well, no damage to my cargo, so I mean, okay, whatever. Okay then. Anyway. Oh boy. That could have been terrible. Just knocked over that stop sign. When is my thing expected? Saturday, Sunday to 4 a.m. and it's, yeah, I'll say it one more time. Oh, shut up. But here's the argument I've heard. Socialism is the best idea on paper because it's in which the government will determine who is the poorest and who needs the most help. Oh boy, I'm gonna stop. Come on. Well, here's why that is a terrible, terrible idea. In what world is taking from your hard-earned money and giving it to someone else a good idea? You're putting in 40 hours a week. Oh, come on. You're putting in 40 hours a week, and then the government, you're making, say you're making, after taxes, you're making $1,500 after taxes. That's really good. And I'll bet most people would do well earning $1,500 every single week. Or, we'll say it 2 weeks. Most things are bi-weekly. So we'll say 1,500 bi-weekly, 3,000 a month. Most people would kill for that. Most people, not literally, but most people would want $3,000 a month. But here's what's going to happen. The government's going to say, well, you don't need 3,000, you need 1,000 a month. Or you need 2,000. So we're just going to give you, 2,000 and, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And then we'll give it to your neighbor because they need it more than you. But, it's like, what? No. If my neighbor really needs help, they can ask. They can find services. But the government is determining, under socialism, the government is determining who needs your money more than you do. That's the idea on paper, and it is a sucky idea. Well, sorry this was a little longer, but if you're still here, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. So yeah, thanks for watching. What are your thoughts? Comment if you want. Like the video. Please subscribe. I'd appreciate that a lot. And see you next time. Bye.